Hello and welcome to the first 2025 instalment of Back to the Drawing Board. Cue the intro. Right, okay, let's get rid of this shit, in this new year, new me bullshit that everyone believes in, you know what I mean? Speaking of which, if you got a guitar this Christmas and you're looking to learn as a beginner or at least an intermediate, then yeah, you've come to the right place. So please let your friends know and stuff, So in today's lesson, I thought we'd do a nice, easy, short one to get back into the swing of things, if you like. Did you see what I did there? The swing of things. We are going to be looking at swing today, but not swing as you know it and what I've been describing it as. Today we're going to look at the quintuplet. So if you remember back from your original first lesson, when we looked at subdivisions, quintuplet appeared. So what does this look like in tablature? Well, in tablature, you will see something that looks like this if you see a quintuplet. Here there are basically 5 notes linked together with a 5 on them, telling that they are grouped under one particular beat. So for example, 1, if a 1 was here, and a 2, 3, 4, and so on for the remainder of your bar. So phonetically, what does this sound like phonetically? Well, again, back to your original lesson when we looked at subdivisions and conical, this will sound a lot like this if you were to write it out. So in this particular case, I've gone taka takati, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, taka takati, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, taka takati. There are other ways you can sound it as well. So for example, one way I particularly like it, so this one here becomes particularly useful when we look at the swing later on. Another way of looking at it is to basically go takatimidan. This will be spelled like this. This is takatimidan, takatimidan. It's almost like a drum, like I said, that dun at the end is very bassy. So you imagine like, the Indian sort of conicals, like takatimidun kind of thing in a way. So this in particular, the quintuplet is a good way of practicing it when I had to call clap and tap. So when you clap and tap your foot to a metronome. So if you just put a metronome on, say, 75 BPM, 4/4 timing. So I hope you can hear that. What we can do basically is to just basically clap. Chuck these away as well. Another good way of doing something is to practice the speed increase between a 16th note, which is sounded as takatimi, 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 and then also go for perhaps 16th note sextuplet afterwards as well. So if we were to do that between 4 beats of each, say, just to get a feel of what quintuplets feel like in between. 2, 3, 4, and takatimi, 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 it's a good way of just getting a feel for the speed of how a quintuplet fits into the beat when compared to its neighbouring, 16th note feel 4 notes, or 16th note, triplets or sextuplets if you like. So One thing I particularly like, and the reason why I naturally wrote takati here in the phonetics, is that this is a great way of introducing a type of swing into quintuplets. So what do I mean by swing in quintuplets? Well, I don't mean a swing as in the sense of like triplets, where you have that rolling egg effect to give you that kind of weird kind of groove in a way. What I mean by is basic accentuation of each of these notes. So, example, you can accentuate certain notes to give you like a swing. So, what do I mean by that? Well, why don't we zoom in a little bit on this particular quintuplet here, and I'll demonstrate it to you. We'll call this a straight quintuplet. Done. I'm trying to follow the football at the minute, so I've got football on in the background basically for the FA Cup, and I get YouTube adverts that ping up every now and then. You know, a bit annoying, really. YouTube, a bit annoying. Come on, really. You know, guys trying to teach you. Right, so this is straight. So, for example, two particular types of swung quintuplets I like are 3-2 and 2-3 quintuplets. What I mean by that is, if we were to accentuate this particular note here and this particular note, we'll get a 2-3 swung quintuplet. So we would just say, you know, add a bit of swing. You can still see that. If you were to basically, you know, put an accent on them two notes there. What I like to do phonetically here is then change it from takatimi dun to basically taka, takati, taka, takati. In a way, this allows you to kind of accentuate the, you know, the taka, takati, taka, takati, taka, takati, taka, takati, ta, 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 ta. So phonetically, you could use it like this. Taka. T. I hope that can be seen. If not, tough, we'll go on for it. Or the other type of swing you can add on to this as well, if I just move further over here, is so this is a 2-3 swing. So this is not official nomenclature, by the way. There is no nomenclature for this. I did look it up, but I call it a 2-3 swing quintuplet. The opposing one I like to do is then a 3-2 swing quintuplet. So you can see where this is going. So if we just put an or, then hopefully we can use the full width of this board. This time we accentuate the first one and the fourth one. And this would be takati, taka, takati, taka. Takati, taka. I'm going to call that a 3-2 swung quintuplet. So in this particular instance, taka, takati, taka, takati, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3. And in this case, it's takati, taka, takati, taka, takati, taka, ta, 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 ta. So this would be 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2. Let's go to the practice corner and I'll give you 2 examples of using these particular variants of swung quintuplets, or at least how I like to use them. Anyway, let's go. Go on. Go! Using a very basic pentatonic scale, we can draw a comparison between 3-2 swing and 2-3 swing on quintuplets. So for example, if we were to look at a sequence passage very slowly at 95 BPM using 3-2 swing, we would get something that would sound like this. Tack, 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 tack. This done at quintuplets would then sound like this. If you were to now flip that and look at 2-3 swing, using on the beat, so ta, 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 we would get the pattern to then sound like this. This done at quintuplet feel will then sound like this. Looking at these slowly and then gradually progressing to the quintuplet feel is a process I like to call magnifying, which we will then describe now back at the drawing board. Okay, so I can't remember which way I did it, if it was a 3-2 or 2-3 first, but if you relate back to that particular practice corner there, I'd like to think that you could see in one of them there was a group of 3 notes and then a group of 2 notes, group of 3 notes, group of 2 notes, or to give you the 3-2. Taka 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 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 as you descended the scale, and then the other one we just flipped it over basically to give you the 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 kind of descending down that scale, which is the same shape basically. In case you're wondering as well, like we will be coming onto the pentatonic scale, and we're going to be doing more practice corner episodes, which will involve the the drawing board. So that won't be neglected in the future, just to build. But for the time being, we need to tie up some loose ends first before we can go on to the practical side of things. And I figured we should study the quintuplet today. Anyway, the lesson's not going to be as long as 15 minutes as I've recorded here. I'm going to edit a lot of that out, but I'm trying to make the lessons a bit shorter in a way. But I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, like, comment and subscribe and join the journey, join the movement. You know, after all, I was thinking during Christmas there's so many things I need to look up and brush up on myself as well, so I'm in it with you guys in a way really to make better music. What would Donald Trump say? Make music great again or whatever. I don't know. They're all full of hot air, aren't they? But yeah, anyway, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you next week. Right, that'll do. Yeah.